Welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Valerie Heffernan.
And I'm Kegan Miller. We have a lot in store for you guys tonight. Gymnastics scored a season high in their win against LSU, and baseball and softball prepare to get their seasons into full swing. We'll also dive deeper into Auburn basketball. All this much and more tonight on Sports Night in Auburn.
Suni Lee does it again. Auburn's own Olympic gold medalist earned her 9th 10 of her college career Friday on bars. In a top 10 matchup, Lee's perfect score contributed to the Tigers' 197.75 to 197.5 win over the LSU Tigers. This 197.75 marks a season high for the orange and blue. Here's Eagle Eye's Colin Beyersdorf with coverage from the meet.
The 5th-ranked Auburn Tigers played host to the 9th-ranked LSU gymnastics team in front of a sold-out Neville Arena on Friday night. Auburn fans brought the energy inside Neville, while fellow students camped outside waiting for the doors to open in the morning for Auburn basketball to take on number 3 Alabama. Inside, it was the Suni Lee show, with the Olympian scoring her first ever perfect 10 on bars in front of the home crowd. Lee won the bars title and earned a share of the beam and floor titles with her routines. Auburn held a slim .025 lead going into their final rotation, but it's in that 4th rotation where the Tigers shine. Auburn gymnasts put down 9-9 routine after 9-9 routine, ending the event with 5 gymnasts with scores of 9.9 or better. Sophia Groff, Cassie Stevens, and Olivia Hollingsworth all scored a score of 9.9, while Suni Lee and Darian Goburn each scored a 9.975. Both Lee and Goburn received a 10 from a single judge, while the other took a .05 deduction from each. Goburn led the Tigers on vault with a score of 9.925 that was only topped by LSU's Aaliyah Finnegan, who scored a perfect 10 on the apparatus. The Tigers will be back in action February 19th when the team travels to Columbia, Missouri to take on the Tigers from up north. The meet will begin at 5 p.m. and will air on SEC Network. This has been Colin Beyersdorf for Eagle Eye TV.
With this victory, Auburn Gymnastics remains number 5 in the nation.
Floor queen Darian Goburn earned SEC Specialist of the Week after earning a 9.975 and tying for the title on floor exercise. This is the 5th honor of her career and the 1st of the season.
Women's hoops lost to number 1 South Carolina at home 83-48 last Thursday in Neville Arena. Despite the tough loss, freshman Sydney Shaw tied her career high in points with 15. Here's Kegan with his exclusive take on Thursday's matchup.
The Tigers taking on number 1 South Carolina, and we get started with Honesty Scott Grayson putting the first points on the board for the Auburn Tigers with this layup. Here we see Owen Demola Akambawala rebounding her first shot and then putting it back up for 2 Tiger points, making these her first points in SEC play. Marshawn Bostic with the quick fast break here, giving the Tigers another 2 points. Sanaya Wells, the wide open look here, and she decides to take it for 3 Tiger points. Sydney Shaw had herself a hot night as she takes this 3-point jumper in the closing seconds of the shot clock. The Tigers come out of the half playing better than the last time around the strong Gamecocks, who have won 30 games in a row. The Tigers showing passion and fight throughout the entire competition. Great to see from the Tigers. Again, we see the ball go to Sydney Shaw, who fights her way open and makes yet another jumper for the Tigers. Caitlin Duhan receiving the pass from Romy Levy and then fights her way through the paint for this layup. Caitlin Duhan with the recovery, passing it to Honesty Scott Grayson, who marches down and takes these 2 points. Honesty Scott Grayson looking for someone to get open, and she finds Sydney Shaw, who go in to score her 15th point of the night, tying her career high. The Tigers, however, were going to lose this matchup, 83-48. Eagle Eye Sports, I'm Kegan Miller.
Then on Sunday, Coach Jay and the girls traveled to Tuscaloosa for a road match against Alabama. The team could not overcome the Tide and dropped their 3rd straight game, 69-46. Next up for Auburn is their play for K-Pink game tomorrow night in Neville Arena at 7. The Tigers will host Texas A&M in an attempt to snap their 3-game losing streak.
When we come back, we'll go over the highs and lows of Auburn men's basketball, as well as men and women's tennis. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Welcome back to Sports Night in Auburn. Men's basketball had hit a rough patch amidst their hardest stretch of their schedule before a much-needed win against Missouri. Bruce and the boys dropped 3 in a row, including a loss on Saturday to rival Alabama, who just became #1 in the country this week. Here's Eagle Eye's Vince Wolfram with the coverage from Saturday's game against Alabama.
For Auburn students, the hustle to see ESPN's College Game Day was real. Auburn and Duke are the only basketball programs to host the show in 3 straight years. The students were packed in as third-ranked rival Alabama came to town. Coach Pearl and his squad came out firing. Jalen Williams was the Tigers' offense in the first half, burying this 3 from the left wing. The place went nuts. 2 very talented teams as shown here. Alabama's Rylan Griffin off the pick and roll, slams it home with 2 hands, and at the 12-minute mark, Auburn up 6. Minutes later, Wendell Green tossing it up to Dylan Cardwell for the Thunder. But what comes before Thunder, you ask? Lightning. Bama sprinting on the fast break. Brandon Miller got the rock and he punched it home. You could hear a pin drop in Neville Arena, and his reaction says it all. Game tied 37-all at the half. Out of the break, Wendell Green got out of his shoe. As you can see, he squeaked it back on and then squeaked by all the Alabama defense, floating that shot up and in the cup. Auburn's largest lead was 8 points, but the last 7 minutes of the game belonged to Bama. Mark Sears with a reverse finish, tying the game at 59-all. Brandon Miller capped off the Crimson Crew's attack in the hoop and scoring to put the Tide up 4. There was no looking back. Final score, Alabama 77, Auburn 69 in a rivalry thriller. Bama moved to #1 in the AP poll after the win, and Auburn moved to 7-5 in conference play. For Eagle Eye TV, I'm Vince Wolfram.
Then last night, the Auburn Tigers hosted the Missouri Tigers for a little Valentine's night matchup. The orange and blue faithful showed their love, and the team showed it right back with an 89-56 statement win over Mizzou. Janai Broome added yet another double-double to his resume with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Vince was back in Neville last night for more men's hoops coverage.
Tuesday night hoops, Tigers versus Tigers, Auburn versus Missouri. This game surprised some people because Auburn's offense came out of the gate so fast that if you blinked, you probably missed it. Lior Berman with the 3-ball to get the scoring started. Tigers led 21-4 just 7 minutes into the game, and KD Johnson was a big reason why. 14 points in the first half for the human Energizer Bunny. Here he is again off the dimer from Chris Moore, back corner. Nothing but net. Missouri needed a timeout to try to get back on track, remember the day, and remember they had a game to play, but it was too much to overcome from Auburn. Mind you, this is still early in the first half, and the Auburn offense never seemed to slow down. Alan Flanagan on the break. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, how I love a good Flanagan lefty dunk. And he did, too, on his head. He wasn't done, though. Off the Wendell Green bounce pass, another Flanagan dunk kept the Auburn offense going. And just to put the cherry on top, Trey Donaldson, the right-hand hammer. And that is all that she wrote. Auburn 89, Missouri 56. The Tigers' next matchup is Saturday at Vanderbilt. For Eagle Eye TV Sports, I'm Vince Wolfram.
Next up, the Tigers take a trip to Nashville for a Saturday night showdown against Vanderbilt. The Commodores are currently riding a 4-game win streak, including a big win over number 10, Tennessee.
Auburn tennis just keeps on rolling, starting with the men, who remain undefeated at home, added 2 wins this weekend over Old Dominion and Wisconsin. The Tigers defeated Old Dominion 5-2, marking their first dual-match road victory. Tyler Seist, Alejandro Marino, Finn Murgett, and Rual Dobai were responsible for 4 of the 6 singles wins, while the pairing Dobai and Murgett and Billy Blades and John Galka added doubles wins.
Then on Sunday, the boys conquered Wisconsin 6-1 at home. This now improves the Tigers to 7-2 in the spring season, and they are back in action February 24th and 25th as a part of the field at the 75th Annual Gray National Tennis Classic in Montgomery.
Jumping over to women's tennis, the number 13 Tigers fell to number 11 Ohio State on Friday during the first round of the ITA National Indoor Championship in Seattle by a score of 4-0. The girls then made a comeback, taking down number 17 San Diego 4-3 on day 2. The comeback continued into day 3 as they upset number 8 Pepperdine 4-2. The Tigers left the Emerald City with a 7-2 overall record and 2 ranked victories.
Women's golf is starting off their spring schedule on a high note. The team is hosting the Nexus Collegiate in the Bahamas, competing against 9 other schools, including 3 SEC schools. After round 1 on Monday, Auburn is currently in the lead. They are in first place as a team, and in her collegiate debut, redshirt freshman Karis Warby is tied for the individual lead. 4 Tigers also finished in the top 10 individually. The team will take on players from Wake Forest and Duke in round 2.
Auburn Swim and Dive is in College Station, Texas for the SEC Championship. The tournament began yesterday and runs through Saturday, with coverage being broadcasted on SEC Network Plus. The men's side enters the tournament ranked number 9, while the women check in at number 13. Tigers Swim and Dive is no stranger to success in the SEC Championship. Auburn holds more than 250 SEC Championship titles on the women's side and over 400 on the men's. That's a lot of records.
Auburn Track and Field took a trip to Clemson, South Carolina for the Tiger Paw Invite. The program recorded 14 personal bests and 3 school all-time top 10 marks.
The most notable moment from the invite was freshman Ariana Sharp breaking the freshman record in the 400-meter dash. Sharp clocked a time of 52.42 to break the 15-year-old freshman record of 52.95, previously held by Joanna Atkins in 2008.
That's crazy. When we come back, we'll go over the start of softball and baseball season, as well as Auburn in the NBA. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Welcome back to Sports Night in Auburn. Auburn softball had a big opening weekend competing at the NFCA Leadoff Classic in Clearwater, Florida. The number 21 ranked team played in 5 games over the weekend, winning 4 and losing just 1. They ended the tournament strong, defeating Illinois 10-0 in just 5 innings. Auburn softball returns to the Plains for the first time in 2023 to host a Tiger Invitational this weekend.
Junior Maddie Pinta had a standout weekend as she combined for 3 shutout victories and was the conference leader in strikeouts. This led to her being announced as the SEC Pitcher of the Week. This is Pinta's 2nd Pitcher of the Week award and her 5th honor in her college career. In the tournament, she also surpassed 400 career strikeouts, becoming just the 5th pitcher in Auburn softball history to do so. Pinta currently leads the SEC in earned run average, innings, pitch strikeouts, and wins.
And get ready, Auburn fans, because baseball is back. Butch Thompson and company kick off their season this weekend at Plainsman Park with a series against Indiana. Be there. Opening day is set for Friday at 4 p.m. Then the series continues Saturday at 2 and Sunday at 1.
In other baseball news, junior pitcher Joseph Gonzalez has earned a spot on the Golden Spikes Award preseason watch list. This recognition comes off the heels of a successful sophomore season. The Puerto Rico native led Auburn last season with 7 wins and a 3.22 ERA, which registered 7th best in the SEC.
Next, we have updates on former Auburn Tigers killing it in the league. On Friday night, rookies Jabari Smith and Walker Kessler both had 20-point games. Smith scored 22 points and had 8 rebounds against the Miami Heat, while Kessler had 23 points and 9 rebounds against the Toronto Raptors. Chuma Okeke was called back up to the Orlando Magic from the G League on Sunday and was not included on the injury report for the first time since having a knee surgery back in December.
NBA All-Star Weekend is this coming weekend, and 3 of our favorite Tigers will be participating. First Friday night is the Jordan Rising Stars game. Walker Kessler will be on Darren Williams' team, and Jabari Smith Jr. will compete for Team Joakim Noah. And then on Sunday, Sharif Cooper will play in the G League Next Up game.
This past Sunday was the Super Bowl, and the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35 with the last-second game-winning field goal. Chiefs offensive tackle Prince Tega Winogo represented Auburn and was the only former Tiger to earn a ring.
Good for him. That is all we have for you tonight. For more information on Auburn athletics, be sure to check out our website at eagleeyeauburn.com and by following our Twitter at eagleeyetv_sports. I'm Valerie Heffernan.
And I'm Kegan Miller. Have a great night, and War Eagle.
War Eagle.